Hi, I like cheese, but there's no cheese near me. The CVS doesn't have cheese, which is unfortunate because I like snacking on cheese during midnight. Now currently, my mini fridge is lacking in cheese. Because right now the only thing of mine in the mini fridge is a salad that I took after a party because I didn't want to waste the food and felt bad and didn't really want to eat it. And it's been sitting there for a while, and I don't know if it's still safe to eat. Problem for another day. Therefore, I must go further afield to get cheese. But where can I go? I could go to the local supermarket, but I want the best cheese in Philadelphia. Now you may be thinking, oh, well that's the Reading Market. No. I've got somewhere way better cheese. Trader Joe's in Media, Pennsylvania. Media cheese is the best cheese in the world. We must get Media cheese. I will be going from Center City to Media to get Media cheese. And you'll learn about Philly Railroad history along the way. Cause let's be frank, you picked on the video about a cheese escapade. You're not doing anything productive with your time, so you may as well learn about Philly history. So here we are to start, just as good a place as any, City Hall. So we're going to start with here and head to the Market Frankford line, which heads right under this road here, with a stop at 13th Street. While I'm entering 13th Street, let me explain the route today. We're starting down the Market Frankford line at 13th Street and going to 69th Street. Then we're transferring to the 101 trolley and taking that to Media. 13th Street. Can I just get in like this? Smart little buggers, aren't they? Now, transit says 1 minute, but somehow I doubt that. I don't know how. Luckily for you don't have to wait because the train's going to come in right now. Oh yeah, there we go. Yes, it's open. The best seat.
Next stop, 15th Street, a wheelchair accessible station, receptive suburban station, and regional.
While we're riding this line, let's go through its history. The Market Frankford line opened in 1907 to help develop the Western Philly area, which was getting more and more dense. The trolleys were struggling to handle the traffic. Therefore, they decided to build a metro. This was built underground beneath Market Street. While they were building a giant tunnel for the metro, they figured they may as well put the trolleys down there too. And this is where they remain to this day. Between 15th Street and 30th Street, the footage being shown here, the metro takes the middle two tracks, while the streetcars take the outer two tracks. This is a large reason for why Philadelphia was one of the few cities to keep its streetcar network, because there was a giant underground trolley tunnel that would be inadequate to fit buses. In most US cities, and including parts of Philadelphia, buses directly replace streetcars. You can see us passing the streetcar-only stations now. Here is one of the streetcars. West of 30th Street, the streetcars ascend to the surface. After 40th Street, the Market Frankford line follows suit and goes elevated. The line goes elevated at 45th Street, and that was about the point where development stopped along Market Street. Therefore, the private company building this line decided to build it elevated, which would save a significant amount of money. So while east of 45th Street, the Market Frankford line runs below Market Street, west of 45th Street, the Market Frankford line runs above it. This view is why I was excited to get this seat, as it's the only seat in the whole train that has this view. Well, besides the driver's seat, of course. I mentioned earlier that this section of West Philadelphia had not been developed, so why build a metro here? Well, it's to create the buildings that you see around. if you build a fast and reliable connection to downtown Philadelphia, then people will want to live along that fast and reliable connection. Private rail companies, like the one that built the Market-Frankford line, would buy up land around their line, then sell it to developers who would build houses. Those houses would then have people who would ride their trains every day. This would provide a short-term burst of income at the very beginning and a more long-term steady income as the years went on. While building a metro like the Market-Frankford line created a much faster and more efficient way of travel than streetcars, it was also significantly more expensive to build. Due to this, the line does not go all the way down Market Street, instead terminating at 69th Street. Alright, final stop. It's fun, we got the exit platform. And over there's the entrance platform for when you want to get back. So this train, to get over there, is going to make a big loop. All the way around.
Because I've always, had a little love for it, like, pictures and, photos.
Yeah.
Photos.
Well, you got your phone. You can start today.
I sure can.
Now it's back over there. But she does take photos. Hopefully she'll take photos of better things than cheese. Cheese, please forgive me, but, Over there's the Norristown High Speed Line, but that's not where we're going to take today. Where we're going are those guys. Also, if you're wondering where the stray tracks went, they just go to the yard. Now, sadly, it's set up where I have to pay again. Back in the day, all of these were trolleys, and now there's only two. It's gonna be a lot of stops. I think I spy cheese. Nope. Staying focused on media cheese. Gotta get media cheese. Now there, right there, is the 102. We need the 101. So this is the trolley depot. A whole bunch of trolleys used to come in here. Now they're coming through there. They enter there, drop off passengers there, come around the loop. The station's got a lot of loops. And come in here. You can even see one of the old trolley platforms was converted for bus. Actually, two. And the buses got their own loop too. This used to all be tracks. That 111 used to be a trolley. But only the 101 and 102 survive. Mostly because they're almost entirely on their own right-of-way and not on streets. That's what saved them. More or less. Nice. So all this here, all this was built with the advent of that squeaky thing. And all these new trolley lines were created to all feed into there. You live out here, take that to that, which will take you to work, and vice versa to home. See, the two surviving trolleys, they both go that way, and the rails go both that way and that way. And that's where the 103 and 104 used to go. But, as evidenced by that bus, they're no longer rail, they've been turned into buses. This track's only just for about a block or so, probably for storage. Of course, the one that comes is a 102. It's a 102. Will it be a 101 when it comes around? Yes! It's cheese time. Yes, come on, don't be scared. Cheese time is good for everybody. So climb on. Here we are. Trolley. So why bother with transfers at all? Why not just have development end at 69th Street? Because no one really wanted to end new developments at 69th Street. Follow the Simple Track Road, follow the Silver Track Road. Follow the Silver Track Road. And follow the Silver Track Road they did, since no one wanted to end development in 69th Street. And because building a metro was too expensive, they just built a bunch of new streetcars, all which would end at the metro, to facilitate easier transfers. While trolleys, and today buses, in Philadelphia proper got designations in the 1s and 10s, such as 11 or 13, these ones out here past 69th Street got designations in the hundreds, such as 101, 104, and 111. As mentioned earlier, streetcars were directly replaced with buses. As a result, leftover lines like these have a lot of features similar to that of a bus. They have many stations close together, and one must request the stop or be waiting at the stop itself in order for the train to stop. This bridge seen here is one of the many right-of-ways that the streetcar has that does not follow a road. As we move one neighborhood over into Drexel Hill, one can already see the lower density of this area. After all, living here required a transfer to the Market Frankford line, and the streetcars have a much smaller capacity. Because of this, instead of brownstones, you see more single-family housing. However, this single-family housing is still dense compared to most suburban developments today. This is because, in order for living there to be viable, one must be within a walking distance to the streetcar. This created an anchor point for which all housing must be within a certain distance from, and that created density. We saw an even more extreme example of this on the Market Frankford line. There goes the 102. Here we can see the structure that holds up the Springfield Mall. As we get closer to the media, the line gets pretty rural. Unlike most of this route, Media was a place that already was developed before this line was built. The rest of this line was developed around people taking the trolley to the Market Frankford line. The closer the Media one was, the farther away one was from the Market Frankford line, and, by extension, the longer the commute was to get to their jobs. So the land closer and closer to the Media was less and less desirable. Development picks back up once we get to the town of Media. As the next intersection is our stop, I pull the bell. And after about 2 hours, we finally made it to the Media Trader Joe's. Thanks for the ride. First time in Media. This place has got the cheese. This is a single track streetcar line in the middle of the street. They just kind of drop you off, nothing else within a small sign. They do not build it like this anymore. You see this signage, this is I hope you notice this, because this tells you where to get on. It's pretty much on every corner, but still. Now it's about 2:30, and I've yet to eat anything this whole day. It's time for the one and only. The 111th Infantry Trader Joe's in Media, Pennsylvania. We're getting Media cheese. We're getting the Media cheese, baby. Here we go. Now you may have noticed this building looks rather different than a normal Trader Joe's. Well, that's because it was built in an armory. It was designed by William Price and opened in 1907. Many soldiers in World War I left for Europe from this building. According to the Daily Times, the Media High School used to use this building for PE. As the decades went on, however, the building fell more and more out of use and eventually fell into disrepair. The city media bought it from the government and repurposed it, with the bottom floor being used for the Pennsylvania Veterans Museum and the top floor being used for commercial space, and in this case, Trader Joe's. Can I take one? Can I take one?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I think the champagne one we still have. I think the
I've never been in here in my life, but this is a really cool Trader Joe's. Alright, let's give it a shot. That's a cracker. But now, what we're really here for, the cheese. Oh, that's good cheese, all right. Two and a half hours worth of my time getting here is absolutely worth it just for that. Cheese. This is the good stuff. Media cheese. There's no better cheese than media cheese. First off, classic cracker cuts, 2 of these, of course. Can't go without a random bits of cheddar. Now that cheddar is satisfied. My favorite cheese, Parmesan. Yes, I've had other cheeses. Parmesan's my favorite. Judge me all you want, it's still Parmesan. Now you may think this isn't enough cheese, but oh no, we got so much more cheese to go. Now, I like these ones, but I don't really have anything to put this with, so I'm not going to take it. Monterey Jack is always a good one. And of course, Gouda. It's very good. Creamy Haravati. Havarti. Now, I've learned by extra sharp, it means barely tasteable sharp. So I'm not getting a second or third cheddar cheese. Feta. Feta is good cheese.
And they're all priced per pound, so it depends on what size you want for it.
This one works. Thank you. Gotta get this going. I've taken too much time at the cheese area, so I gotta leave.
Way more than I thought.
These temporary for cheese. I can't hog all of it. This is a very reasonable amount. I don't know what you're talking about. This was your inferior form. Now you have reached the greatest form. Alright, let's check the expiration dates on these things. Okay, they all seem to be kind of early October. Oh, this is only $3.29. Oh, that's great. That's a great deal. I'm used to that being like $8. Wow. Oh, this one's January 7th. Ooh. That's nice. Wonderful cheese. I actually talk in the normal volume now. I've been just keeping the hushed tone because, you know, I'm kind of doing a weird thing here. But now, I can speak normally. No one's here. Except cars. Here we are. I stuck it outside of the Trader. Cheers. I got the Trader Joe's there. I'm tempted to go to the Philadelphia Veterans Museum. I mean, why not? There's no admission fee. Came all the way out here just for that bill and might as well go in. Alright, in we go. I think. Ah, book sale. You may buy a book. So people who smells? It smells like tangerines, actually. Like old room mixed with tangerine smell. Just random Winston Churchill. Oh, that's a real painting. Good quality painting. There's no front desk. Wow. Look at this. I thought that was a real person. Please don't touch. Okay, well. There we go. Sorry to intrude on your private life. Michael.
Freedom is not free. Each place of mine is still buried. They gave up all their tomorrow so that we might have freedom that we enjoy today.
It's a high quality museum. No one's here. It's free. Just walk in. It's not even a front desk. This is wild. And it's right under a Trader Joe. Desired program.
The reasons why African Americans
That's-
could not be in their own headquarters.
It's
They couldn't operate complicated equipment.
So World War II in Europe. Alright. Let's take a watch. Me. Just me and you.
I thought it would be fun.
And my friend Steve.
That's when I saw that first plane get shot down.
In active combat, things are so chaotic. There's so much excitement, so much confusion, so much adrenaline that you don't really, honestly, truthfully, don't think that you're going to get shot and killed.
I think I know. The
Did you ever
perfect
think about
snack.
The fact that the word story is part of the word history. Everything that happens in history has a story. In this program, sponsored by the Pennsylvania
Well, that is the
Veterans
nature of
Museum,
history.
we're going to bring you the real stories of Pennsylvania GIs who our freedoms, like what clothes you wear, what music you listen to, the things that we take for granted. We're all seriously at risk back then. That's what this war was really about. Fighting against people who wanted to control the world and dictate not only how everyone should live, but who was allowed to live. And it's because of their sacrifice we continue to enjoy these freedoms today. Okay, we're gonna crank back the timeline here and show you the world before World War II. If there was a World War II, there
Good
must have
cheese.
been a World War I.
Our first train video includes.
Adolf Hitler was born in
Yeah, that guy.
Czechoslovakia.
Good
On
cheese.
September 1st, 1939,
Final one, though,
Germany
guy.
invaded Poland.
Save my appetite. I think the Rhineland is a country of its own.
Holland, Denmark, Norway, and
It's
France
just
had
not.
fallen. It seemed like Hitler and one small island. Prime Minister of England, Winston Churchill, had been in politics for years.
It's a long film. It's been like 10 minutes. You're only in 2 years in.
This happening to us when we heard that Pearl Harbor had been attacked.
Could claim victory in that
They've
part of
not
Europe.
mentioned the Soviets once. This is a.
World War II took place
World War
on
II in
land,
Europe.
in the air, and at sea.
Where are the
Flying around
Soviets?
the clock, the U.S. and the RAF dropped tons
They're a
of
massive
bombs
part of the
daily
war.
on Berlin. The U.S. flew big B-17.
This has been half an hour
They
long.
did a tremendous job. By the time they got there, they found out Hitler had escaped. In a way, he committed suicide, along with his wife and other Nazi leaders.
This is the first time the Soviets are mentioned. This is when they take Berlin.
Germany in Europe Day. World War II, at least in Europe, was finally over.
If it was America, that took Berlin. They would not mention the Soviets at all.
The veterans who spoke with
That was good. I like that. I just wish it was 10 minutes and not 40. You know? Metal Bulge, no Korean War. Oh. If you're ever in media, do come here. Get some media cheese, and then go get some. I can't think of a military word that rhymes with it. I guess squeeze, but I don't know. Just be warned that like the movies are like 40 minutes long. Still can't believe they barely mentioned the Soviets, and like they didn't go over the fall of France at all. It's just all. And only the things America was involved with. Like, I feel like a little more outside America context would have been good for it. The museum itself is very high quality. Lots of mannequins that were done very well. Lots of information. It's a good museum. Go visit it. The theme of this was supposed to be cheese. So, we are going to find a lunch with more media cheese. And the place I found was called Jocko Juice and Taco. Good, how are you? So the trolley rolled by there, but I missed it. But I get to get water. Ta-da! Now, I may think this looks okay, but this is media cheese. You gotta trust me, there's nothing better, no cheese better in the world than the one from Media, Pennsylvania. Thank you. You can feel that rumble. Now that place, it had a good 3 cheese. I mean, you know, it's Media, Pennsylvania. What more could you expect? Other than the best cheese in the world. Oh yeah, yo, look at that thing. That's massive. I think I have to train in 20 minutes out of here. Ooh. That is the Delaware County Courthouse. This town used to be where Delaware County's capital was, but nowadays it moved to Chester. However, the courthouse is still here. And wow, that's gorgeous. I can think I can afford a step inside, can't I? Let's give it a shot. Nimiri ohms. A quantium irsimamant. That's definitely what that says. Hi. I just saw a big pretty building and I just came over.
Yeah, it's a courthouse.
Yeah. Am I allowed inside or is that?
You can, but you have 10 minutes until it closes.
That's fine.
So you just gotta empty your pockets and you
This is massive. Now, closes in 10 minutes. They're letting me in. I'm only here for 10 minutes. Look at this. It just keeps going. Orphans court. You mean the whole court just for orphans? Straight up there. Getting up here, and this is the staircase that we want. The only entrance out from there has a front desk guy, and I don't want to talk to that. It's gonna leave. I'm down to like 22% battery anyway, so I gotta preserve it. A little peek at what that top floor looked like. Well, that was the courthouse. Chester's got such a good courthouse. I mean, it pales in comparison to their cheese, but still. Anyway. Now, the way I'm leaving here is actually not the way I came here. See, there's a railroad. The Media Wawa line. And that's what I'm gonna take out of here. It's in fact older than the streetcar. It was here before the streetcar. Gorgeous building there, my gosh. Gorgeous, and it's just sitting here. Look at that. It's crazy how it still operates like this. I guess it's just like any other bus, isn't it? Except it's in the middle of the street. So right there, that shelter, it's the end of the line, and yeah, that's right. I've been told it does this, but I've never seen, oh wait, anything, like a picture of it or anything. It just ends. Look at that. It just ends. Something like a bear, if it just like goes too far, it just rolls right off, doesn't it? Actually, probably not. That's probably not how that works, but like, look at that. That's good. It just ends. I have not seen anything like this. It just comes to an end. Look at that. Wow. End of the line at Orange Street. Quite literally end of the line. No tail tracks and nothing, just ends. You will scarcely find any places left in the United States that just have that. That's a real rarity. I've got 2 people say it's finally Friday around me. These people love their Fridays. Anyway, we're leaving state, going down Orange. Down Orange will be our railroad. Look at that, they got the trolley. Go off the main street, it does get quite parking-y. But that's fine. People do need a way to get here. It's got little crosses on the top here. That's nice. I'll have to see if it's just because it's in front of the church. What kind of church are you? Christ Church. Episcopal. Because of the Episcopal Church. Steep hill. But more importantly, block away from the church, still the crosses. All the way down the hill, actually a good distance away, is the railroad. The Media Wawa. It's literally called Media Station Road. Yeah, look at that. It's electrified too. Oh, there's the train just kind of waiting there. Must be in storage or something. I can't really show you that much, but I can't hit your head again. Now you have a headache. It's not going to be ADA accessible. Oh, it is going to be ADA. Nope, it's not going to be ADA accessible. Welcome to Media Station. That's right, VoiceOver's back. There's not much to this station's history. It opened in 1854 and was electrified in 1928. When campaigning for the 1912 presidential election, Woodrow Wilson gave a campaign speech here. The Philadelphia-bound platform is larger than the Wawa-bound platform because more people are going to wait on the Philadelphia-bound platform than are going to wait on the Wawa-bound platform. I decided to take a front seat when on this train. Well, second to front. The front row seat is technically not available for passenger seating.
crazy. Hello, my love. How you doing? I'm good. You might be chilling today, and they call you back like an hour later. Now I got it's traffic. Yeah. It's crazy.
The Media Wawa line is one of Philadelphia's many regional rail lines that all start out in the suburbs and head towards the city center, before heading back out towards the suburbs again through a downtown tunnel. All of these lines were taken over by the state. Before that point, they were all operated by independent companies. The line we are currently riding on, the Westchester and Philadelphia Railroad, opened from Philadelphia to Vermont in 1853, extended to Media by 1854, and opened to Westchester by 1858. The Westchester segment was closed in 1983. The bridge we are currently on is called the Crum Creek Viaduct because it runs over Crum Creek. It opened in the 1890s, replacing the original bridge that opened with the rest of the line. By the 1880s, the Westchester and Philadelphia Railroad was bought up by the larger Pennsylvania Railroad. In the 1960s, railroads were struggling financially, so this line passed through a lot of hands.
This stop is Fort Ford. Watch your step when exiting.
In 1968, it passed on to Penn Central, a conglomeration of the Pennsylvania Railroad and the New York Central Railroad. Then in 1976, it was absorbed into Conrail, and then in 1983, it was finally absorbed into SEPTA. SEPTA is the Pennsylvania state-run agency that runs almost all of the passenger rail service in Philadelphia. By that time, SEPTA had built a new tunnel under downtown, connecting where this railroad used to end with other railroads. Therefore, the service was extended through downtown all the way to West Trenton in New Jersey. This service used to have a unified name, the R3, but in 2010, SEPTA retired the R naming scheme, giving each half of the line from Center City its own name. Thus, this half is called the Media Wawa line, while the other half is called the West Trenton line.
So I'm like, yo, where my man at? So yeah, I love him. Come on.
Now, sadly, my battery didn't make it to Center City. It made it really close, about 2 stops away, but in the end, it didn't make it. And now we're back to looking at this face. Aren't you thrilled? Anyway, now
Mini fridge has cheese.
I don't have that much more to add, so thank you for watching, like and subscribe. This is Expert, and remember,
We got media cheese. At the end of the day, that's what really matters.